Let's do it. It's time for the Morning aMEOWncements. Morning aMEOWncements on the Nightcap with Nightcat YouTube channel. This is the kitsch-minded morning show where we get you ready for the day. I am your host, Nightcat. Thank you so much for being here. We've got such a great show coming up. I'm going to tell you some wild shark facts with the book of useless information. And before we get into that, I'm going to go through the Morning Mews, the top pop culture headlines, including an escaped tiger just roaming a neighborhood. You know, nothing scarier than that. Just don't expect that to happen when you walk outside, do ya? But before we get into any of that, very, very exciting news. So yesterday, right at the end of the show, I told you that I was like 100 people away. I was 100 followers away from hitting 10,000 followers on TikTok, right? And you answered the call in a big way. I saw people posting on their stories. I saw people posting on social media. So thank you to everyone who did. Not only did we hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. Oh no, you're not going to be able to see it. How about now? Nope. I tried. Well, I should have taken a screenshot is the moral of that story. But I'm currently sitting at 10,500 followers on TikTok. So big ups. Thank you to everyone who made it happen. But we need to celebrate somehow. And I usually do celebrations with some sort of stunt, some sort of big, stupid thing. So to celebrate 10,000 TikTok followers, tell me in the live chat or in the comments if you have any ideas on how I should celebrate. Should I celebrate by eating something gross? Should I celebrate by holding an embarrassing sign in traffic? What is it that I need to do to celebrate? You tell me. I want to know. You always have the best ideas. So put them in the live chat or in the comments of this video. And hey, while you're over there, don't forget to like this video. Thank you so much. 10,000! So if you don't know, once you hit 10,000 on TikTok, you can apply for, which I did and got approved, so I'm part of it now, the TikTok Creator Fund. They put aside a ton of money, TikTok did, and they are paying their creators to make videos. So if you join the TikTok Creator Fund, you start getting paid based on how many views, how many likes, how many comments, how many followers you have, and you get a small chunk of money for that. So not even for advertising, you just get money to make stuff on TikTok. So thanks to you, I'm able to do that now. That opens up a little bit more money, probably not a ton. I don't know how much they're paying, but any little chunk of money right now helps as we try to get Nightcat up and off the ground, doesn't it? So thank you to everyone who helped. Let me know in the comments what I should do to celebrate 10,000 TikTok followers. And if you're not following me on TikTok, at Jackson Witt, Jackson with a CK, WHITT is my username. You can find it down in the link tree. Click linktr.ee/JacksonWitt. Click on that, scroll to the bottom. It has all of the social media accounts, not only for me, but also for the Nightcat channel. You're gonna love it. Let's go check out the link tree. Let's check out the comments. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Marissa, Sadie, Alice. Happy hump day to you as well, Marissa. Nathan, happy be with you as well, buddy. Dark Prince Zizor, good morning. Brent Walker, good morning. Sarah, good morning, Sarah. Sarah and I used to work with animals together back when I worked with the critters. And she still works with the animals. She posts great stuff on Instagram all the time. Marissa, hey girl. Desiree, yes, you are. Sarah, the fact that you're not on TikTok already, it's a shame. It's a real bummer because TikTok's the best. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Will it take up all of your time? Yes. Will you regret it? No, because it's really fun. Get yourself a TikTok. It's a good time. All right, then I think it's time for us then to get into the Morning Mews. The Morning Mews is the part of the show where I go through the top pop culture headlines. I tell you what's going on. That way you're not stuck reading a bunch of, junk news. I'll only tell you about the stuff that you want to bring up at work and school when you get there. And I want to start with the very sad death of Tawny Kitaen. So Tawny, if you don't know, she was an actress back through the 80s and early 90s. She was in like all of Whitesnake's videos. That's what she's most famous for. But I went and looked at her IMDb. She did a bunch of movies. She did a bunch of TV shows. Like, she was a working actress for a long time. She passed away last week. Now, initial speculations had brought up the fact that she had a history with drug abuse, that she had drug arrests, etc. And so everyone's like, oh, she probably overdosed. Well, here's the thing. The police, while I don't think they've released an official cause of death, I think they're still looking into it. She was young too. She was only 59, so you don't really, and she didn't have any long-term health problems either. They didn't find any drugs or pills anywhere near her body when she died, so they don't think she overdosed. And there was no evidence that they found that she had taken her own life. So they completely ruled out suicide on the initial investigation as well. Who knows? Now, here's the thing. I guess her dad passed away back in April. I think it was like April 12th or something. And she was really close to her dad. She and her dad had a really tight relationship. And after he died, her brother says that she was heartbroken, and he thinks she died of a broken heart. Which I think absolutely is true. I think that absolutely happens. We hear all the time of like a married couple that had been together for like 60 years, and then the husband dies and the wife dies like a week later because she couldn't stand living without her husband. I think that's very true. I think it can happen. So that might actually have been what happened to Tawny. We'll know more when her autopsy results get released, because I'm assuming they're doing an autopsy and everything. But who knows? We'll see. All right, Mother's Day celebrations in a Houston neighborhood were briefly put on pause. Hey, by the way, welcome to Wild Wednesday. This is your animal story for Wednesday. Mother's Day celebrations in a Houston neighborhood were put briefly on pause after a tiger was spotted prowling the streets. You know how we talk about how mountain lions, they come down from the mountains and they start, messing around in neighborhoods down here? It's like that, but even scarier, because tigers are way bigger. And you don't expect them to be prowling a Texas neighborhood. So the police showed up, and as much as I wish that this was one of those stories where the cops got called out and they look around and they find it was just like a big stuffed animal tiger or something, it was a very real tiger. But cops couldn't find it. Cops couldn't find it anywhere. So they start asking around. They're like, does anyone have any pictures, videos? And people start posting them online. You see tons of videos, and there was absolutely a tiger walking the streets, and he absolutely had a collar on. So the police are looking for these videos, and they find a video of, it turns out to be an ex-sheriff's deputy, but they don't know that at the time. It's just some guy, a neighbor, holding a gun at the tiger, like ready to shoot. Then suddenly, some guy comes ripping out of a house nearby, grabs the tiger by the collar, and marches him back in like, you bad kitty, how dare you run out the door? Because my cats, I don't know about you, you leave the door cracked this much, those cats are out of there. They try to get out all the time. That's pretty much what this tiger was doing. He got out and he wasn't supposed to. Now, tigers are you can legally own a tiger in Texas. I'm sure there are certain rules and permits and municipalities that have different rules and stuff like that. But overall, it's legal to own a tiger in Texas. And we all learned from Tiger King last year on Netflix that you can get a tiger cub for $1,000 to $1,500. You could get a tiger for pretty cheap. So you know that tiger out there running around was somebody's stimulus check from last year. That was the bad purchase they made, and they regret it every day of their lives because they're like, ugh, I have to go get this big tiger out of the street again. Anyway, beware if you're out looking around. There might be a tiger prowling. You never know. You don't expect to see a tiger prowl in the streets of Salt Lake City, but you don't really expect to see it in Houston either. So be prepared is what I'm saying. And finally, Britney Spears on Instagram. I love her. I know everyone gives her crap. Everyone's so mean to her on Instagram. I think she's just hilarious. I love her. And she usually stays away from the dramatic part. She doesn't really talk about the documentaries, albeit a couple posts here and there. But for the most part, she likes to post her dancing or her painting or her working out with her boyfriend or whatever. She posts pretty normal stuff. She posted on Instagram yesterday that she missed Halloween because of COVID last year, and she's pretty miffed about it. And she asked her fans, hey, what do you think I should dress up as for Halloween this year? Avril Levigne commented on it. Skater boy, we all know Avril Levigne. She commented on the picture and she goes, I think it would be great if you dressed up as me and I dressed up as you. And I love it. Because this wouldn't be the first pop star that Avril Levigne has pretended to be. If you don't know, Avril Levigne actually died a long time ago, and this has been a fake. This has been a fake Avril Levigne, a body double, because the record company couldn't stand the thought of losing any more money. And you know what? As much as I'd love to dive into that conspiracy right now, we simply don't have the time first thing in the morning, and I didn't do the research yet. I mean, I've done the research in the past, but I need to like pull pictures and stuff. So tonight on Nightcap with Nightcat, that's our kitsch-minded toy review and entertainment news show that we do on Wednesday nights, I am going to give you a new segment called The Conspiracy Corner, and I am going to give you all the information you need to realize yourself that Avril Levigne has been dead this whole time. You're all sheep, and we're going to talk about it tonight, so make sure you check out Nightcap with Nightcat on the Nightcap with Nightcat YouTube channel, starting at 7 o'clock. I'm in the live chat usually talking, so make sure you come on by, chat with me while the episode premieres. It's going to be great. Conspiracy Corner, I can't wait! Anyway, I'd love to see Britney Spears dress up as Avril Levigne. I think Britney would do a really great job at that. And that is the Morning Mews. Before we continue, I would like to plug our Patreon. Patreon.com/nightcatshow. If you don't know, Patreon's a great service. It helps people like me, independent artists who are trying to make this all work on their own. They give us a little bit of money so that we can keep our productions going. Productions are really expensive, and it has been a huge help to have that Patreon money that I can count on every month. If you can afford to do it, patreon.com/nightcatshow. We've got 2 membership tiers. There's $3 and $5. You can donate whatever you want. You can even donate more than $5 if you want, but if you have that extra money every month, I sure could use it to make even more bigger, better Nightcat content. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm planning, a lot of stuff that I'll be releasing hopefully soon, and I'm only able to do any of it thanks to our patrons. Patreon.com/nightcatshow. I know a lot of you watching right now are patrons, so huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for being wonderful patrons. I appreciate everything that you do. Patreon.com/nightcatshow. All right. Then I think it's time for us to get into the Book of Useless Information. The Book of Useless Information, this is just a bathroom reader. Got just tons of articles, chock full of fun facts. And this, since it is Wild Wednesday, I have decided to share with you some incredible shark facts. I love sharks. So cool. Did you know that sharks don't have tongues? Sharks don't have tongues. Their taste buds are in their teeth, so they can still taste stuff. That's why some of them have like preferences. Like some species really love sea turtles, others really love tuna. It's because they can taste those things. Their taste buds are in their teeth, no tongue. Wild, absolutely wild. Bull sharks, one of the most dangerous, aggressive shark species, have the highest testosterone level of any animal in the world. Imagine a super high testosterone count causing you to be a violent murderer. I've never heard of that in my entire life. Can you imagine every man being a violent monster? Crazy. Just saying, it's not usually the women I'm reading about in these true crime stories. Not usually, sometimes. Scientists have discovered that a shark can be put into a catatonic state called tonic immobility when it's flipped onto its back. So we've kind of known that, right? If you put a shark on its back, it goes into a trance. Well, here's the thing. Some sharks like it. Several types of sharks have demonstrated an affinity for being touched or for being put into a state of tonic immobility. Scientists have seen Caribbean reef sharks compete with each other for a diver's attention. Even if the diver's offering food, sometimes the shark will walk up and ignore the food just so that he can get pet, because they like getting pet. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever heard? I love it so much. Sharks are the best. All right. Short-finned mako sharks are the fastest sharks in the world. They have been clocked by human technology at 36 miles per hour, but based off of their muscle structure, their skeletal muscle structure, scientists have estimated that they could swim up to 60 miles an hour if they needed to. So, quick, fast. They need this extreme speed to chase down their favorite food, the lightning-fast yellowfin tuna. Without that extra speed, they ain't catching no delicious tuna, and they have to be able to taste them with their teeth. tasty shark teeth. It's nuts. I can't get over the taste buds in the teeth. It's absolutely bananas to me. The reportedly voracious great white shark can actually go 3 months without eating. They don't need that. They don't need that at all. That's so crazy. Mammals, because mammals have like big brains and like brains cost a lot of energy. We are eating constantly. But did you know that a lot of animals can go a real long time without food? Like snakes, a well-fed snake could get out of its cage at your house, hide in the wall for over a year, and show up perfectly fine like nothing happened. Could go a whole year without eating a meal. Animals are nuts. Because I can't go like more than a couple hours without saying, if I don't get a cheeseburger right now, I am going to lose my mind. I am going to get violent, and it's going to be your fault. The hunger is real. Scientists have identified more than 400 species of shark in the world. But out of all of those, only 30 of them are considered dangerous to humans. Shark attacks are super rare. In fact, you're 1,000 times more likely to be bitten by a dog than to be bitten by a shark. And every year, dogs kill more people than sharks do. Now, granted, the numbers are skewed there because everyone interacts with dogs. Pretty much everyone interacts with dogs every day. So, of course, you're more likely to run into a dog attack. But if there were sharks in everybody's homes like there are with dogs, I'm sure those numbers would be reversed pretty quickly. That being said, though, shark attacks are pretty rare. They usually ignore you and leave you alone. But that doesn't give that soul surfer her arm back, does it? And that is the book of useless information. Check it on the chat again. I know, Sarah, absolutely bonkers. I don't know. I need to look into that more because, you know, this is a bathroom reader. Who knows how factual it is? Who peer-reviewed this book before it hit the shelves? But I am more interested in finding out about those taste bud teeth. I think they're so interesting. Let's see. Vending machines kill more people than sharks. Coconuts falling from trees and hitting people on the head kill more people than, like, plane crashes. So I'm assuming it goes the same for sharks. That's a fun fact for you. Good morning, Doggone Tea. Congratulations on your second dose of the vaccine. It is hard. I understand what you're saying there. It was pretty bad on me, too. But, hey, it's all over. I'm glad you like the useful information out of this book. I don't know how you're going to use shark taste bud teeth in your everyday life, but if you find that information useful, congratulations. Proud of you. Oh, I know, Katie. So, I was never going to do this. Maybe I should save it for another day. I have a theory about why Britney is in a conservatorship. I have a theory, and a theory as to why she can't get out of it. Because conservatorships, we've talked about it before on the show, conservatorships are like impossible to get next to them. Like, you really have to prove that that person would be in worse shape without your care. And that's hard to prove that an adult can do that. But I have my theories as to what happened with Britney and why she's under the conservatorship. Maybe we'll talk about it on a different show. I'm going to write it down. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, from the outside looking in, the public is missing a huge piece of information. There's something in those court documents that we don't know and we'll never get to know about. But I'll tell you my theory someday. Because I'd like a chance to like flesh it out and write it so that it's more presentable. But I think something bad happened at that house that night she went to the hospital. And I think that it was either basically conservatorship or prison. So I'll tell you what my conspiracy is. Hey, maybe next week's Conspiracy Corner on Nightcat, I can tell you what my conspiracy is on the Free Britney movement. There we go. That's good. Also, Katie, why don't you message me and tell me what podcast that was? Because I'd like to listen to a podcast about Free Britney. Yeah, it is legal in Texas, Marissa. You can legally own a tiger in Texas. And I think that a lot of the state you can own it without a permit. I've known that for a long time because I used to watch a show called Animal Cops on Animal Planet. They had Animal Cops in a bunch of different cities, but there was Animal Cops Texas, and they were called out to tiger calls all the time. So they would go out there, they'd be like, this guy's got like 60 tigers in his backyard. What do we do with this? It was so dramatic. I loved that show. But yeah, you can own a tiger in Texas. That's part of the only reason I've ever wanted to live in Texas. Oh, which way? I ignored a comment? Where? Oh, I'm not riding a cannibal. That's not happening. Sorry about it. I didn't even see that one. No, I will not. I'm not doing it. I don't do rides. I don't do heights. That's not a celebration, if you ask me. I won't do it. Like, straight up, I would rather just... If I was dating someone, they were the love of my life, and they were like, come prove that you trust me and that you love me and that you and go bungee jumping with me, I would leave them that day. I'd pack up my clothes and I'd leave the house. I don't do it. I don't wanna. I don't feel like it. But if you have any other ideas, that would be great. I'm not writing them. Haha. I wasn't intentionally forgetting it. It's just hard to read. I've got bad eyes. All right, I think that's everything. Hey, thank you so much for watching. You're all so wonderful. Have the day that you deserve. That's what we say on this show. If you deserve to have a great day, you're gonna have a great day. If you deserve to have a bad day because you did something naughty yesterday, karma will work it out. So if you're having a bad day, you know what you did. I'm gonna turn it over to the fish for 3 minutes of fish. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.